Oh no! The world was ending. Meteors crashed down like fiery meatballs, shaking the ground and turning the sky a sickly orange. Buildings wobbled, rivers ran with purple goo, and caramel popcorn rained from grumpy-faced clouds. People ran and screamed, but no one knew what to do. The planet was in chaos, cars upside down, trees sideways, and everyone desperate for help. Most hid under beds or tried to get sticky popcorn out of their hair. The world needed heroes, but hope seemed lost. But even in the messiest, scariest times, a little light can shine. 4 unlikely friends, unaware of their destiny, sat in their secret hideout munching snacks. Soon they'd have to leave their snacks behind and face the end of the world. Their destiny was calling, and it was calling very, very loudly. Yay! It's time to meet the team that's about to take on the wildest adventure of their lives. Get ready to cheer for 4 unlikely heroes, each with their own special talents, quirks, and dreams. First, there was Evan. Evan, the brave ninja leader, could do flips and kicks and always looked cool, even in chaos. He believed in justice and was ready for anything. Evan's courage inspired everyone around him, and he never backed down from a challenge, no matter how big or small. Whether he was leading the charge or helping a friend, Evan's heart was always in the right place. He dreamed of being a hero, and every day he trained to be the best ninja he could be. Next was Emma, the clever ninja in pink, always solving problems and inventing gadgets. She was the brains, using her mind as much as her ninja skills. Emma loved puzzles and mysteries, and she could build almost anything out of spare parts. If the team was ever stuck, Emma would find a way out, usually with a clever invention or a quick plan. She believed that every problem had a solution, and she never gave up, no matter how tough things got. Then there was Casey, a purple cat, not a ninja, but loyal and always there for his friends, even if he preferred naps. Casey could puff up and hiss when things got scary, but never left anyone behind. He might look sleepy, but he had a big heart and a brave spirit when it mattered most. Casey was the team's comfort, always ready with a purr or a cuddle when someone felt down. He reminded everyone that being a hero isn't just about fighting, it's about caring too. And last, Kurt the pig. Funny, food-loving, and always ready with a joke, even when meteors fell. He wasn't the bravest or the smartest, but he kept everyone laughing. Kurt's love for snacks was legendary, and he could turn any disaster into a party with his silly jokes and endless optimism. When things got tough, Kurt reminded the team to smile, and that sometimes, laughter is the best superpower of all. Together, they made a team. Courage, brains, heart, and humor. Each one brought something special, and together they were unstoppable. No matter what challenges came their way, they knew they could count on each other. When the world is ending, sometimes a good laugh is the most important thing of all. Even in the middle of chaos, this team found reasons to smile, and that made them stronger than any villain or disaster. They didn't know it yet, but they were about to become heroes. The world's fate rested in their hands, and maybe in their snacks. With courage, cleverness, loyalty, and laughter, this team was ready for anything the universe could throw at them. Wow! Our 4 heroes had a secret weapon. The power carrot! This wasn't any carrot. It glowed with magic and could grant one wish. Any wish at all. Legend said Evan's great-great-grand ninja master traded a shiny button for it, saving it for a true emergency. But the carrot could only be used once. After that, it was just a regular snack. The team had to be careful. One wish, one chance. Evan wanted to save it for the biggest threat. Emma agreed, always analyzing the perfect moment. Kurt, of course, wanted to wish for snacks right away. Casey just wanted to bat it around like a toy. The carrot hummed with power, waiting for the right wish. The team argued, but knew they'd need it for something truly world-saving. Their adventure and their arguments were just beginning. "Let's go," Evan declared, standing on rubble. Emma pointed to the map. The apocalypse's source was at Mount Boom. The journey would be long and dangerous. Parks were on fire, cities in ruins. They set out, passing crumbled buildings and a giant rubber ducky in the library. Kurt tried to lighten the mood, but Evan kept them focused. Their first challenge, crossing the Great Gummy Gorge, filled with giant, sticky gummy bears. Emma found a broken pipe to use as a balance beam. Evan crossed first, ninja style. Emma followed with grace. Kurt wobbled, nearly falling, but made it. Casey leapt across effortlessly, then licked his paw. Together, they conquered the first obstacle. The adventure was real, and the world depended on them. Onward to the next challenge. Phew! Next stop, the Stinky Sock Swamp, a land of old smelly socks and sock monsters. The stench was overwhelming. Kurt nearly fainted. Emma handed out clothespins for their noses, making everyone sound silly. They squished through the swamp, reaching a river of green, bubbly sock juice. Suddenly, a giant crocodile, made of mismatched socks, rose from the water, roaring with a wave of stink. Casey hissed, but the monster wasn't scared. Kurt panicked, wanting to use the power carrot. Evan refused. They had to save it for Mount Boom. Evan and Emma threw strawberry-scented ninja stars, but the sock odal just ate them. The monster crept closer, and the team was in trouble. They needed a plan, fast. The swamp was more dangerous than it smelled. Would they escape in time? Spicy. The air shimmered with heat, and even the clouds above seemed to sweat. This was no ordinary volcano. It was the legendary volcano of Very Hot Chili, a place where only the bravest dared to venture. After narrowly escaping the jaws of the crocodile, the team now faced their next challenge, scaling the fiery slopes of the Chili volcano. The ground beneath their feet sizzled, and the spicy aroma made their eyes water. Suddenly, the volcano erupted, not with molten lava, but with bubbling, steaming chili. Gooey cheese and dollops of sour cream oozed down the sides, making every step a slippery, mouth-watering hazard. Kurt was torn between his rumbling stomach and the fear of being splattered by spicy chili. Every drop that landed sizzled on the rocks, sending up clouds of spicy steam that made his nose tingle. Emma, ever the quick thinker, dug her climbing claws into the chili-coated rocks. "Watch your step!" she called, warning everyone to be extra careful on the treacherous, cheesy slopes. Poor Casey's fur was drenched in spicy chili, and he shook himself off with a grumpy glare. He was definitely not amused, and the smell of chili would probably linger for days. Suddenly, the ground trembled. Out of nowhere, a giant meatball golem appeared, rolling down the volcano with a thunderous roar. Its olive eyes glowed, and its fiery frown meant business. Kurt shouted, "Use the carrot!" waving it like a magic wand. But Emma argued that the real danger was still waiting at the volcano's peak, and they couldn't lose focus now. Evan nodded in agreement. "Let's use our ninja skills and work together," he said, rallying the team for the spicy showdown ahead. The meatball golem barreled toward them, picking up speed as it rolled over rivers of chili. The team braced themselves, ready for the ultimate food fight. Dodging the giant, rolling meatball on a volcano of chili required quick thinking and even quicker feet. Every move counted as the spicy chaos intensified. The stakes were higher and spicier than ever before. The volcano spewed even hotter chili, and the team could feel the heat rising with every second. Would their teamwork and courage be enough to reach the summit? The final, most dangerous climb awaited, and only together could they hope to conquer the volcano of Very Hot Chili. Grrr! After defeating the meatball golem with a patch of sour cream, tempers flared. Covered in chili and exhausted, the team argued about the power carrot. Kurt wanted to use it for safety. Evan insisted on saving it for the final threat. Emma tried to mediate, but frustration boiled over. Accusations flew. Donuts, ninja poses, and bacon jokes. Even Casey meowed loudly, demanding peace, and maybe a snack. The team's friendship was cracking under pressure. The power carrot hummed quietly, waiting for unity. If they couldn't work together, the world might be doomed. Emma pleaded for teamwork, but no one listened. The apocalypse wasn't just outside, it was inside the team. Would they pull together in time? The final test was coming. The giant robot chicken, Bork Bork. At Mount Boom's peak, the team found the true villain. A giant robot chicken piloted by a real chicken sat at the volcano's center, claw on a button labeled "End the World." The chicken squawked into a microphone, vowing to destroy everything and lay a giant metal egg. It fired lasers, barely missing Casey's tail. The team dodged blasts, realizing this was the moment for the power carrot. Even Kurt, hiding behind a rock, agreed, now or never. The robot chicken laughed menacingly, lasers flying. Emma reached for the carrot, hands shaking. The world's fate depended on one wish. The carrot glowed, brighter than ever. The team stood together, ready to make their wish. The final showdown had arrived. Would their wish save the world? Time was running out. Gasp! Emma shouted over the chaos, her voice barely rising above the wild clatter. We only get one shot! What do we wish for? The room was filled with panic, everyone's eyes darting between the magical carrot and the mayhem erupting around them. The air crackled with tension as the world seemed to teeter on the edge of disaster. Evan, glancing nervously at the rampaging robot chicken, wanted nothing more than for the mechanical menace to disappear forever. His hands trembled as he pointed at it, hoping someone would agree. Meanwhile, Kurt's mind raced in a completely different direction. He imagined a giant donut, towering over the city, sweet and impossible, a dream that seemed both ridiculous and perfect in the chaos. With no time to argue or debate, Emma took a deep breath and made the call, her voice steady and determined. I wish everything would go back to normal. The words hung in the air, heavy with hope and desperation. Instantly, the carrot blazed with a blinding light, magical energy swirling and crackling around the group like a storm. The room was filled with a dazzling glow, casting wild shadows on the walls as the magic built to a crescendo. The robot chicken, caught mid-stride, squawked in utter surprise as a cosmic zap echoed through the chaos, lightning arcing around its metallic feathers. Suddenly the world went silent. The apocalypse, the strange smells, the wild chaos, all vanished in an instant, leaving behind an eerie, peaceful stillness. But as the magical light faded, the heroes blinked in confusion. Something felt off, a strange stillness settling over everything. They looked at each other puzzled, as the last sparkles of magic disappeared. Everything was frozen, the robot chicken mid-squawk, lasers suspended in mid-air. Even the dust motes hung motionless, as if the world had been paused at the height of its madness. Kurt's mouth was stuck in a perfect O of surprise, his face a mask of shock, unable to move or speak. Emma looked down and found herself holding a dull, ordinary carrot. No glow, no magic, just a simple vegetable, as if nothing extraordinary had ever happened. Time itself had stopped at the wildest, most dramatic moment of the apocalypse. The city, the chaos, the friends, all locked in place like a bizarre photograph. The wish had worked, but not as anyone expected. Instead of restoring normalcy, it had trapped them in a single frozen instant, leaving the heroes with a mix of relief and dread. The heroes were stuck, frozen in time, unable to move or speak. Was this the end of their adventure, or just the beginning of a new, even stranger chapter? The end? Maybe? Probably not. Flip or Rama, just kidding, or am I? Go eat a snack.